and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode of Almost Part Podcast. And the gentleman to my left, I'm going to start with AJ first because the guy on the end there,
special attention.
Special attention is an understatement. Mr. AJ Sherwood, he's been a resident co-host on the podcast. He's a DJ. He started off building tracks when he was 15 and 16 with a little MacBook and thing. And now he's a big party promoter, party planner. He involved in everything in the music business, right? And then to his left, we have Mr. Kit Israel.
Bonjour.
ADVOKIT Productions. Well, we gotta give him a clap. If I can find the clap effect.
You could put that in post.
Yeah, we'll put the clap in post. Kit's accolades, the list is endless because I remember it was mostly by the end of season 2 when I asked you who you didn't work with, and it was probably like one person.
Yeah.
Did you ever work with that person?
No, but it would happen soon enough. But they have some new artists coming in too, so you know. And then I'm trying to take some risk with the music now, so I'm hoping to work with some new people. Right.
So, yeah, ADVOKIT Productions, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I wanna break the ice a little bit because we've been talking for a little bit now, right? So we're gonna do a little game, right?
Oh, we getting thrown to the bus?
No, well, yeah, kinda a little thrown, a little fling, a little push, right? So I'm gonna get about 10 seconds ish and 2 words or a word depending on the title. Of the song, and these are all songs that you would have produced.
Oh, nah. I don't remember all mine.
That's okay. I picked probably ones that you would have known anyway, so don't worry.
Okay.
You have 10 seconds. You're just gonna sing either the first thing that comes to your mind, or if there's a song that's associated with the title.
Okay.
So we'll start off easy. If I say Kan and I spell it Kankan.
Right. Not like Obama, I can.
No.
You can. No. Well, the first song that comes to mind is Ola Phenomenon.
Right.
Ola. Yeah, right.
Right, nice.
Right. Okay, that was real easy.
See, I told you.
I'm ready for this. I was born for this. Let's go.
Trip.
Road trip. Come, let we go. Road trip. Yep. Okay, I got that one.
Right. Human.
I actually did 2 songs called Human,
Blessed Love.
Crap, I didn't even know my answer.
That has happened. I can promise you guys, I does not know my own song. So Kit, you're safe.
Wait, I will listen to that after for sure.
Yeah. We will put it in post. All right, so let's ask some questions. What was the first song that you've ever recorded?
Whoa, that's a trick one. Because I started doing music production when I was 12 years old. So that had to be 24 years ago.
Yay!
That was with Fruity Loops 2, right? The first beat I made was called Ninja 2. I remember that for sure.
Yay.
Ninja 1 was real garbage, so I didn't count that one. Right? And the first song I ever recorded, I have no idea. Not a clue.
Blank slate.
Yeah. I mean, I did one called Osama's Revenge. That was in the earlys. I did that with my brother and 2 of our other friends, and it was just talking about that whole with the bombing and that kind of 9/11 and that stuff. So that would have been one of the earlies for sure.
Right. Wow. Well, I don't know if we could. I'm gonna see if I could find that someday and play it for you. But it was bad. It was bad back in the day. All right. So I want to go right into like a little business question here. So I mean, if you were to compare producers from when you first started to now, what would you say makes the difference of production?
Well, I guess the first thing I will get into is the definition of producer, and I think that has changed over the years.
Yeah.
I don't think we have much producers anymore. I think we have a lot of beat makers. I think that would definitely clear up most of the question that you're asking, because we had producers before that. They would actually go through the entire process of creating the song itself. But now it's people that could put together loops and whatever the case is and make a beat. And then they have the engineers, and they have the writers, then they have the executive producers in a sense.
Right.
But before it used to have producers. They sit down and they do the whole creative process from beginning to end, and they actually have a vision of the whole thing. So that would have been that's my take on it.
Right.
Yeah.
So would you say technology played a critical role in that identity?
Huge, because it's easier to make a beat now.
Yeah. 100%.
Back then you had to have it. If you didn't have it, you didn't have it.
Yeah.
Now it's like you just go on Splice and you just sign up for $15 a month, and then you get all the loops and you're good to go.
Because some of us paying for Logic, right? I'm just saying. So yeah, wow,
So technology helped, and it didn't at the same time.
Right. So would you say that now producers getting a little comfortable in routine? So
we talking about producers, we talking about beat makers.
Beat makers. I calling them producers for out of the kindness of my heart.
Right. Now I like to label
beat
each
makers.
part, because each part has a role and each part has a price and each part has a percentage.
Yeah.
So when you get very technical, it's very, very important to label each part.
Okay, so not the producers, the beat makers.
If they get comfortable.
In terms of their creative process.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No, I just think they have a different creative process. Right? So how I would approach things, I kind of approach it holistically. They may approach it differently. I mean, I'm 36, and a lot of them coming up 20s, maybe before that, or whatever the case is. And it's just vibe. It's just the vibe that they're in. So it's very different approach. So I can't say that they're getting too laid back or anything. I wouldn't say that. It's just different.
Right. Okay, so
because sorry to cut you off, but like some of the Zest music, right? It's very basic instrumentation.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But
basic. Yeah.
But it is effective for what it is. So that's what we have to always remember. It's where is your music being played and what market is it being played for.
Yeah.
If you have 3 instruments, a kick, a snare, and I don't know, a timpani. That's your whole beat.
Yeah.
But what you're singing is real rudeness and real thing, and the people like it, then therefore it is worth something. So you have to judge it based on where you're selling it. So that's right.
Adriel, talk to me like you have something you want to say.
I just want to ask what you will say makes a producer great.
Well, we have to identify beat maker or the producer. Yeah.
What will make a beat maker great?
Yeah,
creative. I have no idea. I just think the more beat makers or producers or writers or anybody tries to do something different, I think that makes it interesting, period. But if you're doing the same thing everybody else doing for the last few years, and you copying this one, then that'll make you great.
True.
You have to take the risk, and you have to sound different.
You all heard it here, folks. Risk is key. Risk is key.
Calculated risk, yeah?
Don't
jump out there and you understand, and you have nothing to your name. Nah, man.
Yeah. So, now, okay, I want to just expose myself a little bit. So, I recently got my hands on Logic Pro, right? And as you all can see, I have a Mac, and I do some stuff along the lines of audio engineering, right? Well, it's relative. Because, as Kit said, the definition would be different. So I would be what you consider a beat maker and a songwriter. You
have potential to be an engineer too, man. I believe in you. I believe in me
and
too. A producer, yes.
So what I was gonna ask is, would you say that like plugins and the availability of these digital audio workstations, DAWs, are those things making the music industry saturated?
Saturated, yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's just so easy now to get your hands on it, whether it's paid for or cracked, right?
Literally cracked.
Right?
Yeah,
regardless of where you get it from, it's very easy to get your hands on it. It's not, and everybody have a computer now, and then you could do things on your phone, like you have GarageBand and these different apps on your phone. Anybody can make a beat very easily, so you don't need to have any kind of major knowledge to start. So yes, it's getting very saturated. But of course, I think the top ones usually pick their head through, and they usually get through.
With
right. Consistency too.
Okay. Now, for you personally, would you say that choosing who you choose to work with makes a difference in terms of how you create sound and create music? Because I would know, I'm sure you have artists who you have a vibe with, and you're sure the song gonna come out real bad.
I'm never sure it's gonna come bad.
You're never sure?
Never sure.
Kit, but if I
No,
could throw my slipper.
never sure. Every time I listen to it and I mix it and I master it and we're ready to go, I just still be very unsure if the song gonna work or not. And I just cross my fingers, say a little prayer and then move to the next one.
Because I'm not gonna say basically everything that you've released always sounds very clean, very well created. It's the thought you can literally hear the thought process as the songs develop. So I'm surprised to hear that.
So when you will rock back and say, right, I have a hit there.
No, never. I've never felt like that. Never. Anytime I actually feel, wait, this one real bad, it's never bad. It's never that great. Like when I did Kes Hello, right, the Folklore Riddim, I find it was cute.
Yeah.
My other brethren and other producers, they said it kind of boring because it's just hello, yeah, you know. So it was just kind of like, but something about it was able to transfer from Trinidad to the States. To Africa. So it had so many different elements that people could relate and remember. So the repetition of hello was effective. The guitar strum was very kind of calypso, afro something. The drum patterns very simple and the bass line very, very, very simple. And it worked. And that's one of the videos on YouTube is 36 million views. That's one of the videos. So yeah, that was, and people thought that was boring.
I don't think so.
Well, they can't say that anymore.
I can say, oh, they were wrong. But we digress. So when would you say this, being in this music industry, was profitable to you? When? Yeah.
Well, I started ADVOKIT Productions in 2012.
Yes.
Right? And I left my job around the same time. So I was working amalgamated before, not as a security guard. I too small. I can't fight nobody, and I not on that, right? Yeah. And I was working there, and I find myself getting comfortable and getting fat now. I put on 40 pounds, 40 pounds working at amalgamated. Because I was getting paid, I just had to drive to work and then come back home and you just eat more food right through, right?
Right.
And then it had reached a point where I was like, nah, boy, I can't be putting on all this weight. And I bored as ras. I was bored. So I decided I saved up money for about 4 months, and I just left. And that's around the same time I had my first son. And I left, and then I went into the industry. I mean, I was doing mixtapes and stuff before, so I was just recording stuff. But the first year I did soca was the first year it was profitable for me. The very first year. Because we live in Trinidad, and soca and carnival is what kind of maneuvers the creative side of things. Yeah. So doing rap and R&B and hip-hop is not going to make as much as soca. Never.
True.
Right? But that's in Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
And the first year, I wish I could tell you how much I make. I should not tell you. But the first year, and then the second year was double that. Then the third year, we went Soca Manak with Ola, right?
Yeah.
And then after that was just like chaos.
Wow.
Yeah, I got lucky. I would admit, because the first rhythm I released was the Kan Riddim.
Yes.
And that was 3 years after I started professionally in the industry, and it worked.
So what we're saying is that there's an avenue for beat makers and some producers to make it locally. Of course.
But networking is super important here.
Right.
Because you can't just stay alone in your bedroom and make beats and then hope.
Hopefully best, yeah.
Because I talk to a lot of the artists, a lot of the writers, a lot of the producers. When I make a beat, I could send it to everybody and see if anybody get a vibe. Yeah. But if you have the hottest beat now, and you know nobody, it's just gonna sit down there.
True.
Yeah.
True. That's currently my position. I have a lot of beats, and it's just like,
send me thing, that song in a little soca-ish, and I'll go send.
We will talk after. You don't worry. You don't worry. Because okay, so let me give you all some insight. I've known Kit for how long? A long time. A very
Probably
long time.
Since I started doing a little after that.
A little after.
In my teens,
yeah. We go way back. If you all don't know, Anson Pro, as mentioned, is family. And Kit is considered family by extension. And we did road trip, that's what, 2015, 16, somewhere around. My memory not so bad. But
it's been long time.
Long time. So I've always sent Kit stuff, and he's like, yeah, this is real bad, you know. there's always a bit of self-doubt that comes with.
You need the approval from others is something that a lot of creatives do suffer with.
Hey.
You understand? So trust me, I understand totally. I just have to wait until other people sometimes tell me they love it, because I'd be unsure every single time. But what I end up doing is waiting until I just feel relaxed with it.
Right.
Once I feel comfortable and I'm relaxed with it, where I can't tweak anymore and I can't do any, then that's the most I could do. And after that, it's up to God and it's up to the world to decide whether
if they like it or not.
That's it.
Wow.
I try not to force anything, because they seem like when you spend a certain money behind marketing and do all this stuff, and then you're begging people to play this, and then you're pushing something so hard, it's like you're forcing it. It never works out
that
naturally.
Way. Yeah.
So I tend to just do music, release at least to the minimum as I could, and whatever promotion I could, very minor. And then if somebody pick it up, they pick it up. If nobody pick it up, okay.
Hard luck and move on to the next one.
Yeah, it's thousands of songs I have on my phone right now. A voice note said this is song ideas to do, and they just sit down there because it's so much. So by the time I leave here and I driving home, I have a next song.
Wow.
Can play a beat now again?
Because but I want more copyright for that.
Yeah. You're safe.
Yeah.
I don't play that business thing. No?
Yeah. No, understood. So, I mean, we were talking before, but just briefly explain to the viewers how the pandemic has so far affected your workflow. I recall back in season 2 or 3, we did have him on via Zoom, and I was partly, it was a socially distanced thing. But how has the workflow been for you?
Extremely slow. Yeah, and I mean, I have kids.
Yeah.
So the school was affected by it. So therefore I was affected by it.
Right.
So I'm home with them during school times. I mean, half of the times. And then their mom is dealing with them half the time. But in terms of work, not much artists wanted to release stuff last year. They were scared. They wanted to save all the good material for when Carnival opened back.
Yeah.
So nobody knew when Carnival was actually coming back now. And then in terms of ads, because I got a lot of work from ads and stuff, a lot of companies not spending money. They didn't want to spend any money on advertising and stuff, so we didn't get as much ads. So the budget for things went down significantly. But as soon as things open back out, everybody's gonna go wild, because it's like party here. So let me release music. So they're gonna get excited. And then companies, they're gonna have to promote their products.
Right.
So hopefully you can call me.
Yeah. He's plugging himself there. He's plugging himself there.
I really love doing ads. Like I never thought that would have been my thing.
Right. Because I was gonna ask, because it seems like I know that have you done video ads before?
Me being in the video?
Yeah. Or you do the song for it.
Song.
Right. Because I'm sure this ad that I've heard is kid.
You've probably heard a few. You've probably heard a lot, actually.
Can you name drop?
I mean, I could put in a Republic Bank, a little,
That explains a lot.
It's a lot of, like, most of the Republic Bank Christmas stuff, and yeah. And my voice is on a lot of the ads, and I think one year I got like 30 ads to do, and I sang about half of them. Me personally sang it because the budget was low, or we couldn't get the artist or whatever.
Right. Wow.
So it's a lot. So, no, but ads ads are like mini songs, right? You have to make an impact within 15 to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So as soon as you start, you had to have vibes. And if it is, I can't convince the client that this is worth paying money for.
Yeah.
Then I fail at what I did. So when I look at songs now, you have a minute, you have 2 minutes, you have 3 minutes, or whatever the case is. Ads, you have 30 seconds, and you had to get to the punch quick, and it had to be catchy and repetitive. So that helped me a lot with my writing, because I wasn't a writer before. So that helped me a lot with writing, and then that helped me more with production and mixing, because I get to experiment plenty with the mixing and mastering. And now I'm quite comfortable. If you send me something now, you could get ad, give me 10 minutes. And you're good to go. I don't want to sound cocky, but the only reason I sung it like this.
I'll pull down my mic and say, "Cat boy, we need a."
No, the only reason I sung it like this is because over time I'm starting to learn things, and I'm believing in myself.
You basically figured out the thing that makes it work.
Yeah, and the fact about it is I actually like it now. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't even bother to think. I would have, you send me an ad now, I'm excited to do an ad, which is weird. You know, you think you want to win Soca Manak and I want to win Road March. Nah.
Yeah,
Send me
yeah.
an ad. It's a vibe. Because it's come with some weird ideas now.
Yeah.
And they like what was the last one we did, boy? I can't remember what they were selling, but they wanted something song like a kind of Ed Sheeran kind of something with soca in it. So it's a Caribbean feel kind of something. And the lyrics were it's always cheesy with ads.
Yeah.
And then I had to make that song like a song. So every time I approach an ad, I approach it as a song.
Yeah.
And then doing voiceovers, so the little talking in between.
Right.
Oh, I got a lot of experience with that.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for, and just kind of.
Wait,
so I had to change my voice real plenty now.
I want to ask him to do that again.
No, I was on a vibe.
Okay.
Spot. Oh gosh.
He sounded like the movie song Kit.
I didn't do movie town.
Okay. I was like, Kit, did you do movie town?
It's only recently I started doing like voiceovers.
Right.
And I real cheap. Nah. So I'm not a big artist and I'm not a big voiceover actor. So if you want it, you get it cheap, quick and cheap, and quality.
ADVOKIT Productions, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't have a question, Louis. So you said it was coming out of writing ads, or writing the lyrics for ads is when you actually started writing songs?
No, I was writing before, but
it kind of improved.
It helped me improve.
Okay, so what was the song that you were so sure about after the when you started doing the ads? That you were like, you were
I was so sure about after the ads or before I started doing ads?
After you started doing the ads. So because you were basically saying that doing the ads, it kind of felt like your songwriting improved. So what would be the song that you were like, okay, I feel more comfortable?
It had to be Casello when I wrote that with him. Yeah, that kind of gave me the stamp of approval.
Right.
Because I did like half of the stuff and he did half of the melodies. So like the Hold Me Darling, all that I had before in voice notes. And then we pieced it together because he came and he wanted to do hello, yeah, and he started do that now. And then I started piece together everything and then structured. So that kind of gave me like, oh, Kit, you know what you're doing? All right, be good with that.
Yeah. I would give hello and basically all of the songs that you've done the stamp of approval.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
Yes, of course. Anytime. So would you say like? Do you think the music production and that kind of thing, could you survive if the pandemic remains a thing? Like we remain locked down, no set us interacting socially, handle carnival, and not calling anything. I'm just saying, what if?
Yes, I believe we can survive. So yes.
Okay, and what would be the way you think that your business could still thrive?
Well, business will always happen, so they would always need ad. They would always need ads at some point, right?
Okay, right.
It wouldn't be as much, but we will find a way to do something creative, and that would always be nice. So that's one avenue.
Right.
The second avenue is streaming. So collecting royalties and stuff off of streaming, major income. Like if you understand it well enough, you can make a lot of money off of it. So you don't have to get booked for all the fets to make money on a season.
Right.
Owning your masters and understanding how to distribute it properly and what do you call it, market it enough so that it makes that kind of revenue. Yeah. Streaming definitely gave me the back end to sit down and, mind my children. Right.
Wow. So you're hearing there are some things that we can do to be, I guess, successful in the business locally. And you could be a beat maker and make it, and you could be a
there's
producer.
another way of beat making too. Like renting beats. I one of my friends, he does that regularly and makes like 10 to 20,000 US a month. Easy.
Wow.
So
but he's
we could
really
rent
good.
this beat out then. We could rent out this
rent beats, sell
Call
beats.
me up, guys.
And he making beats like whoa. And I would say he is way better than me at beat making for sure.
Right.
His quality is really, really good. I would say I'm more of a producer than a beat maker.
Beat maker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he is good. And it's a consistent thing.
Yeah.
So beat making, renting beats. Yes, put your thing up on YouTube and rent it out. It's weird. I never thought that would have been a thing. Lease it out for like a year or for whatever the case is, and when buying that, Trinidad, because everybody trying to make it.
Right.
Everybody want to shine, and if you beat bad, they want
They
it,
will
and if
want
they get
it.
a song on it, they will pay for it.
Right. Wow. I mean, I asked this question on the episode that you were on the last time, but I want you to say it again for the viewers.
I'll have the same answer.
It's most likely will be because the question is, what was the song that brought your career to prominence?
In terms of in soca,
Yes.
I mean, I guess it would have been the
Kan
Olatunji Kan
Riddim.
But Benjai Phenomenal on that rhythm also had significant impact. So one was like a fet song. So Benjai one was definitely like a fet song. What is good boy? Phenomenal, whatever, right? And then Ola one was like, I don't know, it's kind of Afro mix kind of something, and it was just real cheeky, and it definitely crossed borders.
Right.
Because he ended up getting on X Factor and performing it and all that different stuff, right? So it had to be that rhythm, that whole rhythm, because it had Sekon Sta on it. That was like his breakout song. Darnella was on it too. Flipo was on it too. They had a lot of breakout songs because of that one rhythm.
Wow.
Oh, and my boy King Bubba, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, watch it. Like, you have to be able to mimic all these artists, you know, when
Yeah,
you're writing
yeah.
for them. Each artist has a tag, right? So, like, Nadia would be, what we say?
Yeah.
You understand? Was this Fayan would be, let's go.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody mash up. Hoi, hey, And once you learn their energy, you could write for them now. And that's what I've been doing for the last few years.
Wow. Adriel, any questions? Okay.
Let's say you were to go out to Trinidad, right?
Mhm.
What route of beat making or producing do you think you will go?
Soca. Like, I believe we have something that the world hasn't fully digested yet. So I'm not gonna go out there and try and compete with rappers and rap beat makers. I can't do what they're doing. I'm not born in that. But if I take what they're doing and add some soca on top of it, it would all of a sudden sound different and unique.
Right.
So soca, that's what I push in. Soca and calypso, 1000%. I push in that.
Okay.
But that's all you have him?
Any producers locally or internationally you look up to?
That's a good one.
I think the only person I would say is Pharrell, you know. Like,
Pharrell.
something about his energy,
Yeah.
I just find it's just cleaner. Like, it's just have a,
Like a clean cut vibe.
yeah, like I trust you. Like, I trust you.
Yeah, even
I
though
don't
I don't know you, but I trust you.
But I trust you and your music. It says something to me.
Yeah.
Since Neptune's and thing, it was
Yeah.
it just says something, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
something about it. I would like to be in that environment just to absorb that energy.
Yeah. What advice would you give to any beat makers and producers or singers, artists, anybody who may want to try and release something during the pandemic? I mean, that's the time we're in.
Well, the first thing I would obviously say is, where's your market? If you don't know where you're putting it for, then you don't know, you're going to just release blindly and nobody's going to take it up. Because this quote-unquote carnival we have now is the time for releasing songs for it has gone.
True.
You need to know when to release it. So you have Barbados, you have St. Lucia, you have all these other carnivals, Toronto, whatever, right? All these other carnivals coming up. You need to know the times when to release songs for their countries and for their stuff. So it's knowing the market. That's the first thing. Second thing is, make sure your quality is of quality. Make sure you're mastering, you're mixing, you're whatever. Pay for whatever you need to make sure it is competitive. Because if you go on and you have the hottest song, but your bass ain't slamming, and it's just heights in your ears and it's I can't listen to that. Like, it's be difficult to listen to that loud. That would bust your ears. Or your bass too heavy. I've actually done that in a song. Too heavy, man gonna perform it and the whole system shut down because the bass is too heavy. I'm asking with the bass too heavy. So get your quality on point. Then the obvious thing is, you had a network. You had to know people, or people had to know you.
Right.
That is probably the number one thing, because there's a lot of not so impressive songs that are getting a lot of attention because of
networking.
Who know them or who they know. So,
ladies and gents, I think we have learned a great deal today. What would you say, Adrian? Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I think so. For sure.
I could keep talking, you know. You just ask
Okay.
things, I could keep talking, you know. I'll get him out of my house. So, here.
Take advantage.
Take
Ask the
advantage
questions.
of it.
Ask the question.
You first.
No.
Okay.
I asked a lot of questions too. I asked a lot of questions. Go
I
ahead.
heard Kenny say that she asked in the beginning if you got to work with the artist
Mhm.
that you wanted to. I wasn't here. I didn't see the episode.
Right.
Who is the artist? Because I'm sure other people want to know.
Well, the artist I think I mentioned before was Sauciwa, right?
Yeah.
Right, that I didn't work with,
Yeah.
right? So that hasn't happened as yet. But for me, working with the artist is an energy thing now. Before, it was a hunger just to do music with people and just to be involved. I think I'm getting a little old to the point where, well, let me not say old. I say wise.
Wiser. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To the point where I have to feel it now. Like
Yeah.
this is not just work and this is not just a livelihood, but this is
Part of you.
this is me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever I sit down in a studio with somebody, they get part of my energy and I get part of their energy. If you come in there with a negative vibe, I can't
Stay
do it.
home. Stay home.
Send me your vocals.
Yes.
You just record your vocals and send me your vocals, right? But it have some people I could work with in the studio and we could spend hours talking and then spend half an hour recording and get one of the best songs we've ever done. It's because of the vibe that we create gives the music its energy. And I totally believe this, and I don't know if anybody else believes it, but energy is transferable through song. If it is you put your energy into your music, it will be heard and felt when it is played. Because it's vibrations, it is
Yeah.
energy that is shaken.
Shin.
So when it is you put a negative energy onto something, whoever is of that negative energy will feel that and they may respond alike or different, right? So when you have all the gun shooting and the thing and the whatever,
That's
right?
how people vibrate.
They would, yeah, but that'll vibrate well with me. But when you're talking about love thing and gospel stuff, some of the gospel stuff is resonate, the gratitude of stuff. It have a song I'm listening to. Oh my goodness. Every time I listen to it, I just get chills now. And it's just the energy was there when they recorded it. The energy was there when they mixed it or when they mastered it, and something about it has me listening to the song over and over. So
Yep.
that's the number one thing I would tell anybody. Yeah, quality and yes, creativity and yes, taking risk is
energy.
important. But that energy thing, yeah, people sleeping on that.
Has there been an artist that you've done that with? You've sat down in the studio, you talk for hours on end, and you pin down ting, and then you get that one take and it was perfect.
Yeah. Most of the artists I work with, it started like that. But guess what? Energy change over time, success, money, just relationships, just things change over time.
So the dynamic would have adjusted.
It would have changed, yeah. But I like when it comes in its purest form, and it really it happens naturally now. It's not my choice anymore. It's like something else take over the session and it just go forward. And that's when you know I enjoying it. When I enjoying it, I would spend weeks mixing, weeks mastering and everything, on one song. I had a session 13 times I mixed it. 13 times. And I still hate the mix. I still hate it. But I wanted to, and I liked it. I enjoyed the process. I set up speakers outside. Car, you set up your speakers wherever you could. So it's like 7 or 8 different speakers that are tested.
Right.
And I still hate it. But now I learn from it and I move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, back to the energy. That is the
That's
number one thing I will say. Keep that most important.
Right. Keep that in the forefront in your creative process.
Yeah.
So, okay, I want to throw a curveball because I had a list of questions here, but it's not on my list of questions. Have you ever sampled any other artists for?
I have, and this is a weird answer.
Yeah.
I have unconsciously done that, right? There have been 1 or 2 songs we've sampled songs and we've done that, right? We've got the clearance and we've done that. But then there's one which is strange, which is the Kan Riddim. I did not know the chord progression of how it was played was very similar to a song in the 60s. Yeah, and I didn't know that. Somebody posted that up on the YouTube thing, and I didn't have a clue. Never heard the song in my life, and I was like, "Crap, that song's like it. Like I can't even fight it." So, and I've never heard the song in my life. So I will just be grateful that nothing can happen and nothing anything. But I'd be very sensitive when it comes to sampling people and things.
Right.
I don't like taking nobody idea, not on that. I want to give credit where credit is due. But I've never heard this song before.
Right.
So that was most interesting, and that's my first big thing.
Right.
So.
Wow.
So I tell you, I get lucky. This life bless me.
Yeah, clearly. Clearly, the man has made. I don't know the figures that are in Kit's pocket, but
I
that's
could
not
tell
the
you, I
point.
have like 5 US and like 6 TT.
He
Some
actually
about
will say the man actually pull out the wallet, you know. But aside from that, if you go on YouTube and you literally put in ADVOKIT Productions, it is a host of tracks. It
Some
is
of the biggest soca.
some of the biggest soca. And I, as a person, I don't really like soca, but it's between
Yeah, I love
Kit.
it, girl. Yeah, I
It's,
love
it's,
soca,
it's
girl.
between Kit and Anson that are head bopping. We going
Yeah,
down
like,
the
if you get into soca and you put your flavor on it, it will become something else now. And that's what we need. We can't have the same thing.
we go talk.
over
We go
and
talk.
over.
Kit-
Yes.
I want Kit's help because I think my problem is probably that I've been influenced very much on the international thing. I mean, and if you all hear some of my original music, it's swear it's a big tune in the States or whatever the case may be, but that's not the case. I just listen to a lot of American music, you know. So I definitely would take up that opportunity to study with you because I build my beats. So you all have heard some of the stuff. Some of my stuff is on SoundCloud already, but it's not soca.
Try and try a little soca. Once you get the
That real, I
it.
have no idea. Okay, the best I could say is I've done the pan. I could arrange a decent pan tune.
Nah, you're overthinking it. Once it is, you take your core of your song,
Yeah.
and even if it sounds foreign, you just need to get the groove, and the groove is an energy thing. And it has so much different ways of approaching the groove. Well, I did a maths degree, right? So it's calculated, right? But you have so much
1
ways.
plus 1 is 2.
You sure?
Oh, we could that one.
Yeah, once you get the groove to fit in your flavor, it becomes something new now, and
Right.
that's what we should be aiming for. So yeah, I think anybody has it. It's just risk. Nobody wants to take the risk because it mightn't be popular. I think I passed. Like when it is when you start to go up the stairs or up the ladder on the ranks, and you start to see things from up there,
Yeah.
it's not as great as it is. And especially if you don't take care of yourself and your finances and your people around you, you could get sucked into that kind of weird energy there. But watching from higher up, you start to realize what mostly important now. And it's really about the company you keep and the music that is created from it.
Right.
And the vision and the aim. My aim has always been to make just music where people could feel and where I could help people. And this industry make me feel like not helping people, but I'm trying to find creative ways of helping without getting, upset by doing the process now. Because it's very difficult. But once it is, you could keep your energy and your goal and find a way to blend into our heritage.
Yeah.
You'll create something new and they wouldn't expect it. And all of a sudden it's like this new wave of Afro soca. You understand where I come from? I never used to listen to Afro beats before, you know. My partner played one Afro beat for me. I was like, wait, this red hard boy. It's a Jari from Star Blue. They did the Project 5 rhythm, right?
Okay.
And he played that for me and he's like, boy, this is gonna be the next big thing. And this was years ago. So this had to be 2014.
Yeah, 2014.
And I was like, dog, this is real bad. And I just studied the maths of it. So it was the bam. And that was it. I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
Wait, this kind of similar to soca. And I was like, okay, let me see how I could put calypso and Afro beats and see what I get. And then things just started to transfer. And then all of a sudden it's this Afro soca thing. Yeah. So you never know, you might get your little alternative soca. You understand?
Because what I will say, I've had the opportunity. I've been blessed with the opportunity, let me say, to do I remember going into studio and Kid say, I had this track we were trying to do this road trip, and now mind you, I don't play soca. I don't play soca.
I don't play soca neither.
Yeah.
I promise you, I don't play soca.
And the man say, taking this time away thing, and wherever you're feeling, just put it down. Okay. I remember you hit play, and I was like, hey, dun, dun, dun.
It had the same Afro bounce in that too, you know.
Yeah, my mind was blown because I just started to play. And maybe back then the energy was there to create it, I just didn't know.
Oh, you getting too old or? Keep the energy young, yeah. Keep the energy young.
Keep the energy youthful.
Yes, my dear. Yes.
I think I will take that word of advice, and I will apply it to the current stuff that I'm working on, because we need the energy. We need the energy, especially in these times, because the times are not promised to anybody. Yeah? And we've lost a lot of great ones recently. So.
Oh, that's our cue. They think come off.
No. But we almost done. We almost done. Where can people find your all of your?
Nowhere. I'm Batman. No, I realize just live in a cave and I don't go out.
No, literally, Kit Studio is a cave.
It's a cave. Yeah.
It is it's a dark cave. You go in there. There's the boot, the thing. That's
darkness. Darknesses. But so it's at ADVOKIT Prod, ADVOKIT PROD, on I guess all the different platforms, or at Kit Israel, KITISRAEL. I guess it's Twitter, Instagram, whatever, those things. And you must find me.
Have to.
Yeah, must.
Have to master.
But I hide. I do.
Any releases that we could expect?
I am working on a few stuff, some personal stuff where I'm actually singing in them.
About time.
It's about time. Yeah, I sing in background so too long.
He did 1 or 2 songs. He did the Blessed Love, Blessed Human. Yeah.
I did one on road trip as well too.
Yes.
But
yes.
I still trying to get confident with my voice now. So
the man, listen, he could sing, you know. If I would throw my slipper at him after. I'll throw my slipper at him.
I have a slipper too, eh? Let me go. But I think I'm singing more so, and then I'm understanding what singing lead is compared to singing backgrounds, because I sing backgrounds for years. So like underneath a lot of the tracks you're hearing is just layers of me.
Yeah.
And I think I understand how to approach it better. Projection, breathing.
Right.
I mean, my breathing's still off, but whatever. And but the problem I always had is, what do I want to say?
Right.
And I'm not no walk up and whine.
Yeah,
I could write it and I could vibe it, but I'm not going on no stage. And I think I will sit on stage with a guitar and just sing.
Yeah.
You understand? So how do I make soca like that? And I'm trying now, and I have a few ideas that I'm going to take some risks.
I'm looking forward.
Oh,
call me. We will talk.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, ladies and gents, I think we more to come. I want to tell Kit come back for the season, because there's some other things that we could touch on, but today, dog, I happy because it's been a while we've been trying to get this down and out, and we finally
it happened.
It has happened. It has happened, and I am proud. So, Kit, thank you for joining us today. Adriel, thank you. Ladies and gents, all of the information would be on our website, www.forthemostpartpodcast.com. Kit, he will send me some links and things for all of the different songs, and Batman too. And that's it. We will see you, and we will hear you all on the next one.